Welcome to my channel. My name is Afton and I'm Monty's Tarot Child. Today I am doing yet another intuitive astrology reading where I'll just be looking at the placements astrologically that are being called forth and that feel as if they need a message, and I'll be giving you an intuitive tarot reading. So welcome. Thank you for sharing energy with me. We're going to see on camera together what placements are coming out and are in need of a reading. So let's see, Spirit, 4 placements. Just 4. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. I'm going to keep shuffling. Too many. Too many. Okay. Only a few, please, Spirit. Just 4. And it's like there's 8 that want to come out. Okay. So 4 strong, clear placements that need a message for today, please, Spirit. Okay, Moon and Taurus, loud and clear. Okay, welcome. One more place there. I'm going to take the first one that I saw. Honorable mention to Sun in Cancer, Venus in Sagittarius, or Sun in Pisces. At the bottom of the deck, Sun in Scorpio. I'm gonna, because I actually shuffled these decks off camera first as well, this one fell out and I'm gonna keep it because it is clear that it wants to come out. Aries rising at the bottom of the deck because of that. But yeah, I had to keep Scorpio. Mercury in Virgo was the other card that flew out. So we have Mercury in Virgo, Moon in Taurus, Sun in Aquarius, Sun in Libra, and Sun in Scorpio. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to this reading. Hopefully it is aligned with your energy. You feel deeply connected to it and it resonates for you strongly. So I'm going to just start off with a crystal oracle card from this new deck that I just received to see what the theme is of this message that you are needing at this time. So one message for them, please, to begin with, Spirit. Okay, we have meditation with the Howlite. And at the bottom of the deck, you have Tree Agate with Inner Strength. And I'm going to read both for you. So the meditation card says, are you plagued with negative mind chatter and pessimistic thoughts? Howlite is a calming crystal that helps quiet an overactive mind and relieve excessive worry. It stills the mind, making it an excellent stone for meditation. Tucked under the pillow, it helps relieve insomnia. Howlite balances the calcium level in the body and is beneficial for bones and teeth. The affirmation says, I take time to meditate. When I filter out negative thinking, I attain inner peace. So this is a very strong, very clear, precise message for you. Anyone who has joined us today with the placements that are here and can connect with the energy of wanting to stabilize your mind, relax your mind, mediate your mind in some way, this is going to be the message for you. So I'm gonna read the bottom of the deck before I get into this one. Tree agate, inner strength. It says, when you see a big tree, think about its history. Despite living through all types of harsh weather, it has grown tall, sturdy, and stable. Tree agate fortifies you with inner strength during times of adversity. Facing challenges helps you grow and gives you the opportunity to become a stronger person. Health-wise, tree agate enhances the immune system and helps fight infection. Affirmation: during tough times, I have what it takes to remain calm, steady, and strong. Very beautiful bottom of the deck energy. So, with the halite connected to the tree agate, I do believe that you are trying to strengthen not just your mind, but your inner self all around. You want to have an inner sense of calm, and this is hard. This is hard to do, especially as the tree agate mentions. It's hard to do in harsh environments and in harsh conditions. So I feel as if you are learning how to build this inner strength through softness, through approaching yourself calmly, especially when you seem to be in a frazzled or more frazzled state, approaching yourself more calmly, and trying to quiet down, not completely remove, but quiet down the negative chatter and pessimistic thoughts. I feel like, having thoughts that aren't always the most positive it's normal. It's not anything that's abnormal, seeing as the frequency of how many people carry these same kind of thoughts in their mind day to day. So being able to witness and see, observe your ability to have these thoughts and still grow strong and still persevere in a certain way, helping you to face challenges. I feel like I mention this many times, all the time. Challenges are going to continue to exist as we progress along our spiritual path and our spiritual journey. They are not meant to dissipate or to never exist. Challenges are here to show us our inner strength, to show us, what we are willing to stand up for ourselves. And I think that this is just a message about how you are going to be able to handle and take on the challenges that are mostly inevitable in life. I'm going to see what else the Oracle wants you to know about this. I'm going to start off with this deck, and we're going to see one more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Very quick. Okay. With the energy. Okay. So very, very pointed energy that coincides with one another. So the first card out that flew out for you is sadness, which is an emotion that we all are aware of. We understand that this is an emotion that we carry being in our human states. And so you have sadness and anxiety. So something that has happened, it could be recent, it does not have to be, just very impactful in your emotional state. It has made you sad. That's an emotion that I think it just speaks for itself. When you say the word, that sadness can encompass many different things, but there's a certain level of grief or just an inability to grasp your happy state within being sad, especially coming next to the meditation card, which talks about negative thinking. I think not only has the situation brought these emotions to you, but it's also had a grip on your mind as well, being that you're unable to let go of the memories or the pessimism that has come along with this situation, whatever it is for you. At the bottom of the deck, you do have anxiety, which I think next to the inner strength, it just tells me that you are anxiously wanting to release some of this grief and emotion that just doesn't sit well with you. And I see it. It says, are you plagued? And this is what the sadness feels like, a plague of some sort, where you're wanting to get better. You're literally wanting to have a potion, some kind of medicine to be able to take in order to feel something differently. And we know that that is not how our emotional state works. We know that taking medicine helps our physical body, but there is a certain kind of spiritual medicine that we need in order to help cure us of sadness whenever it pops up. And I say cure not as in like an end all be all, but as in a I don't know why I keep hearing the word mediator, as in like this middleman to help somewhat make your spirit feel better. And this is not spiritual bypassing in any kind of way within this reading. We are meant to honor our emotions no matter how they show up as. And sadness is one of those emotions where we must honor it, but to dwell in sadness means that you cannot reach another state. What that feels like to me, you cannot reach another state, a different emotional state other than the one that you're in. Sadness can be all consuming, as you probably are very aware of, and you don't need any reminders. And so I believe like in this time, what you may be subconsciously trying to work towards is a releasing, because this sadness doesn't just stem from your heart. It doesn't feel like it's stemming just from your heart chakra. We have a lot of mental overstimulation here, and how like saying that your mind is reliving and also worrying about this thing happening again. Whatever this situation was that brought this emotion out from within you, you're worried about either these emotions again consuming you, or also just not going away and maybe the situation happening again or reappearing again for some reason. Let's see what else the Oracle wants you to know, wants me to see within this message for you. Okay. You have rosemary. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. With the keyword being wisdom. And the trigger statement says, it doesn't make sense. The true statement says, I see the bigger picture. You're moving towards a deeper level of stuttering. You are moving towards a deeper level of understanding, from knowledge to wisdom. Take time to absorb the lessons. So this situation that has evoked these emotions within you, it is here, as painful as it may feel, it is here for a purpose. And it doesn't make sense to you when you aren't able to ground yourself and to prepare for a new awareness. Initially, it just doesn't make sense to you. But as time goes on, which I feel like I said, this doesn't feel immediate. This feels like it's been with you now for some time. And as time continues to go on, you have all of these small puzzle pieces that you're trying to place to make it make sense, to see a grander picture. And I feel like you are slowly in this stage. It is not a quick process at all. If any of you know anything about puzzles and the time that it takes to put those small pieces together, fragments together, that is what it feels like as well within this. It's like you're trying to take all of the little pieces of what makes sense to you at this current moment to make something make even more sense. And I feel like, especially with the negative thoughts and the over worrying and the excessive thinking, you're trying to conceptualize the picture before it's ready in some way. And the more that you try to see the picture without necessarily having the pieces, the less it makes sense to you. And I feel like it, again, evokes this emotion from within you that you're sad that it's not making sense. You're sad that you're not understanding at this point. You're sad that you don't really understand what wisdom is supposed to come from such a intense situation. At the bottom of the deck, you have Douglas fir with the keyword being resolution. Trigger statement: the past haunts me. True statement: in this moment, I am free. Let yourself be the one to heal the wounds passed down from your ancestors. The release and growth begins with you. So this is not a present energy, even though, the emotional state that the situation has left you in is still present. This talks about the past haunting you and you not being able to let it go. And you feeling as if you are not free, feeling as if you are stuck and held to past situations that have really deeply impacted you. So this says, let yourself be the one to heal the wounds passed down from your ancestors. This situation is something that has plagued an ancestry long, a lineage long length of people. It's an impact that you may not be aware of personally, but spiritually, it's a theme that is trying to be released and healed from you for your whole lineage. And that is a lot. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot of pressure. It sounds like something that you didn't necessarily ask for or signed up for, but our souls were put into these bodies at this time in life in order to resolve certain things for the people who are no longer here. It's like the world that we live in, we're not just living it for ourselves. And that goes for spiritually as well. And this may be something that you are understanding more. Again, gaining small pieces of wisdom and understanding that you are healing a lineage. You are healing your ancestry. And there are certain things that with this awareness or understanding, I feel like will start to haunt you less. But I'm gonna, because this is such a cryptic message, it feels like almost, I'm gonna get even more information for you to see what else it is that Spirit wants you to know about this situation. We have this one, and I'm gonna do one more. One more, please, Spirit. What is the situation for them? What is the situation for them, Spirit? Oh my goodness. Okay, so normally, this is like the whole half of the deck. Okay, first of all, so normally when that happens, I feel like it just means there's a lot. There's quite a lot that wants to come out, that wants to be recognized. But it's like also very heavy recognition within all those cards wanting to fly out. I just need one, please, Spirit. Just one more. One more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 9th house with spiritual growth, and I do sense this for you, especially because this situation in your life is connected so strongly to your ancestry, as it was pointed out, and to the spiritual realm. It's connected to the people that are no longer here with you. I think that it is absolutely an elevation in some way to your spiritual growth. So you have the 7th house with profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. I'm going to look and see what this is for you. And you also have the 6th house. Very interesting. So you have all astrological houses, which this means that through astrology, the house is the area in the sky in which the zodiac is interacting with, and of course constellations don't look the same now as they used to when they were first discovered, we can't really see the night sky as vibrantly in certain areas of the world. But the house is just where certain things take place, and how they take place is through the zodiac. So the sixth house, the seventh house, and the ninth house are all the energies that are surrounding your reading astrologically. But the sixth house is all about establishing a foundation, your health, daily life, and practical details. And that's hilarious that it's going underneath Virgo. Because I'm like, does Virgo rule the sixth house traditionally? I do believe they do. But the seventh house is ruled by Libra, and the ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius traditionally. So what is this telling me? There was a profound relationship in your life that, again, it evoked an emotion. There was a situation that happened within this relationship that evoked an emotion that you are still healing from present day. Whether this is romantic, whether it is just a personal relationship to you that has impacted you deeply, will be on a basis meant for you to understand deeply. But relational wise, between you and another or other people, there was I feel like a disappointment within intimacy, because we have that energy here in the seventh house connected to the sadness. I feel like someone you were expecting to be a certain way or a specific way, which of course, having expectations on another person is not fair to that person or to ourselves. We should just allow people to be people and choose who we want in our life based on what exists around them. But there was something that deeply disappointed you in this relationship, in this connection with this person. And it also may have clouded your view on intimacy, on how to be intimate, on how to be vulnerable with another person. Maybe this is where a lot of the negative chatter and thoughts are coming up, memories that are coming up, where you wish you could have been more vulnerable or open, but that just wasn't the environment that existed for you. And so with the sixth house here, establishing a foundation, I feel like this is a re-establishment of a foundation that you, and not necessarily with this person, because I feel like, again, that is a past instance. The foundations that you're focused on now is rebuilding on like how you are learning how to trust people, but also something about daily life is standing out as well. Like your day-to-day is shifting. How you approach it is shifting. I feel like you have had some very sad days with certain memories popping up, and that maybe that has even made your day-to-day harder to focus on, because you have been carrying a lot of emotional, energetic, not baggage, but I heard luggage. You're carrying things from the past that are affecting your day-to-day, and you want to find a new practical way of handling situations, challenges that pop up today. Because while you are still being impacted by this from the past, you still have challenges that come up today. And I don't feel like you have, or I don't feel as if you feel like you have a grasp on how to handle the things that are coming up now, because you're still trying to recover from the things of the past. And that's a valid thing to be aware of within yourself, knowing that some things emotionally just stick with you. They just stick with you longer, and it takes time to figure out how to release. You have the Tower, which it fits the energy, it fits the theme of your reading, it fits what it feels as if you are going through at this time, which is a complete transformation of old foundations, old, unstable, unreliable foundations, emotional and intimate foundations with relationships that did not produce the things that you were expecting or hoping. I think that especially with wisdom here standing out so strongly to me next to the Tower, I feel as if you have wanted your connections to help you grow more wise, to help you be more knowing. And because that hasn't happened in the past, you are facing a restructure, a complete restructuring of the relationships in your life. I also feel like there's a transformation in regards to your health as well, or your health practices. How, when certain things happen that are emotionally like turmoil to us, and we are trying to, again, gain our footing, find some kind of groundedness with the dramatic changes that happen in life. I feel like our health sometimes takes a dip or plummets as well. Wow, very clear message for you. You have the King of Swords with authority. So yeah, as things are completely transforming for you at this time, and nothing feels familiar or foundational for you, I think you're going to try to just continue to hold on to the authority that you have over yourself and the things that you can actually control in your life. Not people, but this is all about your mental abilities to control what thoughts you allow to thrive in your mind. Again, if we look at change as something that is negative and bad, and as something that is happening to us rather than happening for our greatest good, that changes our perspective on why change needs to exist in our life. And so I feel like this is the kind of authority that you're trying to take, especially with inner strength here. During tough times, I have what it takes to remain calm, steady, and strong. That is absolutely the King of Swords. If the King of Swords were to come out in reverse, that would show us that you don't feel like you have this ability. But I sense that you are growing this ability. You are learning how to grow this ability. You're actually allowing the foundations of what you used to think was calm, steady, and strong to fall away, and to regain a new wisdom about what makes you feel calm, what makes you feel mentally strong, what makes you feel mentally steady in order to, again, take on new challenges in life, and to ensure yourself that, yes, things have happened in the past that have made me sad. And while I may not understand why they existed now, to this day, I do see a bigger picture to the challenges that exist in my life. And this is an intuitive mindset that you are trying to gain and reframe and nurture in yourself right now. You also have the Chariot. So the Queen of Cups and the Chariot, beautiful energy for you. Just, again, signaling to me that you are ready to move forward with a new mindset and with a new emotional mindset as well, if that's a thing. Having an emotional mindset, but having an emotional awareness, yes. The Queen of Cups coming over the meditation card speaks very loud and clearly as to how you are gaining this emotional awareness and this emotional steadiness, how you're going to be able to move away from the past and no longer allow it to capture you and hold you and haunt you. You're moving away from those things. I also feel like you're moving away from the expectation of people disappointing you, because this has happened in the past in some really profound and impactful relationships in your life. So you're trying not to copy and paste everyone into this mold of disappointment because you have faced it so many times before. So I feel like you're moving into new energy. You're trying to shift your thoughts around a more optimistic approach to relating with other people, but also to improving the things that you have, that you know are falling away, improving on the things that you know are falling away. You have the High Priestess, which echoes the Queen of Cups very loudly. Your intuition is something that is strengthening at this time. You may not understand why it took such a drastic situation in order for this to occur, but it is in order to get you to trust yourself, trust your inner knowing as well, At the Five of Swords, at the bottom of the deck, you have Five of Swords with defeat. And this stands out to me strongly because I feel like you have previously, again, felt defeated by your own mind, by your own thoughts. You have allowed your mind to tell you to view situations in very specific ways because your mind has just that much power. And I think maybe in some way, the pessimistic thoughts have brought you some comfort because you don't have to be in this place where you expect positive and then negative happens. You're kind of just like, oh, I'm already expecting the worst, so I can't even get hurt. But that hurts you inevitably in the end anyway, keeping you from trusting people or being able to build new relationships, better relationships, healthier relationships with other people. So I feel like when things are changing again drastically and dramatically, it is an opportunity for you to try to see the bigger picture as to why these foundations, these really important things to you at this current moment, are falling away and are restructuring themselves without your assistance. It's the universe making things happen, and they almost need you to be reassured and to claim authority over yourself and your internal self so that the changes externally don't throw you off or make you feel isolated and alienated even. That is not what Spirit is trying to produce in your life. They don't want you to feel alienated. They don't want you to feel sad. They want you to understand that there is a greater purpose. I feel like I'm going to use an extra deck for you, one that is unexpected. I want to see how you're feeling right now, and what these feelings can further shed. I'm going to just shuffle it really quickly and see what emotions you have and what can be illuminated for you right now. Thank you. Okay, yeah. And again, so you feel very anxious with this being at the bottom of the deck again. It's an undertone. It's not something that you are even paying attention to. But how can we view anxiety? Anxiety can be, nail picking, fingernail biting, cuticle picking or biting. It could be the pulling of any bodily hair or bodily skin. It can be anxious sweating, heart racing, things that you feel physically, but you don't pay attention to it because you're so used to it. But the energy, the emotion that is coming out for you is powerlessness. No one took away your internal strength. Wow. It's like I didn't even know to grab this deck until being in the middle of it, but I've never seen this card before. And it literally talks about the inner strength that the tree agate was speaking about. And whenever this happens, whenever cards from different decks speak to each other, I am speechless. I'm speechless because this is a direct message to you. Okay? And I hope that me repeating it will be helpful. But the powerless card says, no one took away your internal strength. You are more powerful than you know. Look deep within yourself, let it surface, let your power shine. So this is something that your intuition is drawing you closer to look within, deep within yourself, and to let your power come up, even if it comes out as a scream, even if it comes out as you crying to the very tops of your lungs. This is your internal strength trying to burst from within you, from out of you. Of course, hopefully you're not yelling at anyone, but you're yelling at the releasing of this stifling energy that has made you feel as if you are powerless. So that's what I see. I see you deeply, deeply, deeply connecting with your inner strength. It is something that you need at this time because things are going to be very unfamiliar, and to trust your intuition. Trust it, nurture it, build it, love your intuition in a way that feels maybe almost silly. But either way, honor your intuition, honor the nudges and the feelings that you feel, helping you to move away from the sadness and move away from the past that still haunts you. This is going to help with a lot of that mental clutter. But the anxious card at the bottom of the deck says, yeah, you anticipate something that may or may not happen. It's overriding your thoughts, it's so clear. It's overriding your thoughts, 5 of Swords, leading to physical symptoms of rapid heart rate and breathing. Feel your pulse, bring it down to a natural, slow rhythm. It's so direct. It is so direct, the message that is being provided for you. And if you made it this far into the reading, then that means that this reading was for you and that your spirit guides really are wanting you to feel better physically and emotionally. Mentally, they want you to be able to clear the thoughts, clear the anxiety, as much as you can, whenever you can, as often as you can, because it doesn't belong to you. You are worried about something that may or may not happen. You're so focused on the it may happen that you're not even thinking about the it may not happen. And it may not, and it is very likely that it may not. But either way, you have the inner strength to overcome any challenge. And it is growing. It's growing within you. And I hope that you feel it. I hope that this reading has reached you in a time where it will be the most impactful for you and where you can reach back within yourself and holding on to that power that you have, that strength that you have internally, and pulling it from wherever you have tucked it away, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love it if you join my newsletter, which I will have linked down below, where you can receive a monthly zodiac reading based on the energy represented for you during the month. And I would love to see you in another reading. Peace.